There's a big debate on whether or not Snap-on is actually worth it anymore. Well, here's my opinion. You're probably going to think that this is going to be really, really biased. My answer is yes and no. Some things Snap-on is great for, other things I would stay away. But that's just me. Hear me out though. This toolbox, for example, I've been waiting for 3 years. Not because they had to build it, but because I wasn't able to make it work for 3 whole years. So after 3 years of, making payments and proving myself to them, I was able to actually get this beautiful Epic 86. I already had the tool cart to go with it. But this toolbox, it's an Epic 84 triple bank with power drill. Now, examples: wrenches. My Snap-on wrenches of different flavors, but when it comes to things like large sizes, like this 50mm wrench, this one wrench at Snap-on would be probably $300, $400, maybe more. And then you get the whole set, so multiply that by however many. So obviously in that case, that's something that I wouldn't buy Snap-on. In a case where I would buy Snap-on, these little guys, torque wrenches. Got the 1/4 inch, 3/8, and the 1/2 inch with torque angle. Each one of those costs a pretty penny. The 1/2 inch was probably $600 or $700. The 3/8 was probably $5, and the 1/4 was probably like $4 or $450. Regardless, they all have torque angle, and torque angle is something they use for like torque-heeled bolts. So it's like it would probably be like 50 Newton meters plus 80 degrees on the torque spec. For that kind of stuff, Snap-on is worth it. By this point, you're probably thinking that I'm just a Snap-on fanboy, and don't get me wrong, I do enjoy Snap-on stuff. Like, it is really worth it, in my opinion, especially when it comes to warranty. Where there is a big debate is power tools. It is what it is. Pneumatic stuff, like air power tools, they're great, and where the debate comes in is with electric tools. Let me show you. So in my tool cart, this used to have a lot more stuff in it, but the ratchets, the air ratchet, or not air ratchets, the electric ratchets, people really like. Impact, another impact with a bigger battery, 1/2 inch impact, so 1/2 inch, 3/8, 3/8, 3/8, 1/4, and then the bit driver. A lot of people will tell you that Milwaukee is just as good of a tool for a much cheaper price, and honestly that's an opinion, and it may or may not be. There's plenty of tests all over YouTube, you guys can check them out. But this might sound ridiculous, but there's one factor that will determine which brand you go for, and you're probably not going to believe it, but it is batteries and charging. So typically this whole rack is set up for air tools or power tools, and this is the power drawer. So the battery types are not, they don't cross over. So if you have a Milwaukee, you have to get Milwaukee batteries and battery banks. If you have Snap-on batteries, and each one of these batteries I think is $100. And then these batteries, the bigger ones, are close to, I think, 120 a piece. I mean, just this impact by itself without the battery, I think is like $750. And then these are just like my daily use wrenches, some Easy Red XLs, you know, not snap-on stuff. These are some Matco wrenches. These are some larger Cornwell wrenches right here. You know, Nipx, Cornwell, Ace Hardware, Mac Tools. And then in my ratchet drawer, Cornwell on the Torx Bits, E-Torx, Torx, security Torx. So these ones have a hole in it. In the end right there. Versus these guys that don't have a hole in the end. And then Cornwell triple squares. And triple squares are just these guys right here. And those are for a lot of German stuff. Audi, Volkswagen, BMW is mostly like these E-Torx. And then oil filter stuff. These are for locking lug nuts. These larger hex bits are, I think these are Pittsburgh. Yeah, those are Pittsburgh, so Harbor Freight. Impact sockets, 12 points, Harbor Freight. Snap-on, 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 snap-on. Ace Hardware, snap-on. Autocraft, I don't even really know where you get Autocraft from, but that's definitely not snap-on. So my point is, for some things, snap-on is totally worth it. For others, when you just need a tool to get the job done, Pittsburgh works fine too, or Cornwell. There are some rear brakes that require a special tool to push the rear brakes or the rear brake caliper pistons back in, and that's one of these. And that is Matco. Harmonic balancer set. This is actually from Pittsburgh, but I just cut the thing off and put a snap-on sticker on. That's how Megan would really prefer I do most of my tool shopping. Pittsburgh compression tester. Maddox, which is also Harbor Freight, but that is the oil pressure, oil and transmission pressure test kit. Get what works for you. Obviously, you build a relationship with your franchise dealers, you know, whether it be Cornwell, Matco, Snap-on, whoever shows up to your shop. But when it comes to making a big purchase like this toolbox that I've been dying to have for really no reason, I mean, I needed the space, but there's other solutions for space that don't require going through Snap-on. It was a 6-month wait on this guy, and it was special ordered, obviously my specifications. Matte black with the gloss black trim, which I really enjoy. Okay everybody, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, smash the like button, subscribe button, all the buttons. I'm just getting back into the YouTube thing, so I gotta relearn a few of my processes, but until the next video guys, you guys have a good week, flag a ton of hours, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.